Okay, hello. This is going to be your instructional video on how to make the Arizona hookah. I kind of propped up my phone so you're going to be able to see my hands and all the supplies over here, but you're not going to be able to see my face. So, getting started. First, you need your supplies. Empty Arizona can, washed out, grapefruit, lemon, razor blade, 2 or 3 small straws. I only have 2. 1 big straw, electrical tape, scissors, and foil. Okay, the first step, take the Arizona can, drink it, empty it, and wash it. After that, we're going to cut off the top of it using the razor blade. And just like this, try to go straight as possible. Be careful because it does get sharp. You could probably use scissors also, but I know this works, so this is what I'm using. Be careful, it's very, very sharp. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2. We're going to take the grapefruit and we're going to cut it in half using a razor blade or a knife. Accomplishes the same thing. Do it on a plate so that it doesn't get dirty. Cut it in half and then cut out the middle. Probably use the deeper half, it'll work better. And just scoop it out, just like that. Okay, so now that the grapefruit is cleaned out, this is going to be the main part of the bowl. What we're going to do is we're going to use the small straws to make the stem. To do that, take the tip of the razor blade, just poke like a little hole, and put the straw in. Scissors or like whatever you need to make this hole. Okay, now this is the important part. You have to figure out how deep it's going to go. You can't see through the Arizona can because it's obviously thick steel, but estimate it's going to go about that deep into it. So you're going to want to fill the water until just above the straws. Let's say over there where it says fruit, that's where it's going to be. To make sure that this stays good, I'm going to take some tape. I'm going to tape the straws in the right place. So here's the tape. Don't need a lot. This is just to keep it the way you want it. Doesn't really matter if they cross over. No, that doesn't affect it at all. Next, you want to cut the straws down so that they're a little bit closer to the base of the grapefruit, like that. That's going to be your main stem. Okay, there's your bowl. Set it in the top of the Arizona can. Press it down a little bit. And we're going to tape the can, the grapefruit on the top to make it airtight. Be generous with the tape if you want it to work. Okay, so now you have the main part of your bowl. Now, just by the way, if you put an extra layer of tape around the can, like an X, it'll make it a little bit more sturdy. So I'm going to do that also. Otherwise, these cans are kind of flimsy once you cut off the top. So we'll just go like that. And that has nothing to do with the hookah, that's just to make it a little stronger when you're holding it. Next, we're going to make the spot for the hole. I actually made a mistake. I was supposed to put in the water before I put in the grapefruit. So I guess I'm going to undo that. Put in the grapefruit as high as I said before. Okay, you see there's water and it's about up to that line over there. So the straws are going to be underwater. And now I need to tape it in. Sorry, I should have been a little more clear when I was making that video at first. Here it is. I'm going to put an extra layer of tape on it to make sure it's airtight. Okay, there's your bowl and your hookah. It's filled with water. The next step is to take the straw and assemble your hose. This is a straw that I have from a big water bottle. I'm going to poke a hole right around there, put the straw in. You make sure that the straw is above the water. If the straw is down here and it's under the water, when you inhale, you're just going to get a ton of liquid. So I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to use either the scissors or the razor to poke a hole in here. And I'm going to push it across to the other side of the can so that it touches, and then I'm going to tape it in. So I guess let's just do it right over there. And you can see how I'm making the hole. I'm putting the scissors in and I'm just twisting it to try to keep it round. There's the hole. It's still a little bit too small to make it a little bit bigger. So a little bigger still. Okay. There it is. Now your hose is assembled. I'm going to tape it to make sure that area, the extra space around the holes, is airtight too. And electric tape works really well for this because it's designed to like curve around and like mold to whatever surface you're taping it to. I don't think masking tape or scotch tape would work the same because it's a little bit more brittle. And now I'm just being overly generous just to make sure that it's airtight and to make sure that the hose stays where I want it to be. Okay, now we have the main components of our hookah assembly. You have the bottle, you have the base filled with water until about there, you have the hose, you have the bowl. There's one more step that I do over here because I don't want to fill up the entire grapefruit with hookah tobacco and I want a little bit more flavor. I'm going to use a lemon to kind of shrink the size of the bowl. I'm going to do that by cutting off the top and the bottom of the lemon. Top and the bottom of the lemon are cut off, and then I'm going to cut out the flesh. Not all of it, but cut out most of it. There you go. Now we have another ring. The ring I'm going to set right in the middle over there. It's still, I want to make it a little bit thinner so that the entire ring is below the surface of the grapefruit. There it is. Now if you look in the hookah, that's how it's going to look. Now that we have the hookah filled, and now that we have the hookah prepared, we're going to fill it up with tobacco. And this is just going to be like filling any hookah bowl. Don't pack it too thin, too tight, don't pack it too loose. I'm going to sprinkle it in the top over there, inside the lemon. This is going to be the main part of the bowl. You see, I am being kind of generous, maybe even more than I'd be with the regular hookah. And let's put a little bit more on the sides. And the lemon really takes up a lot of room in the grapefruit, so you don't have to use a ton of tobacco, otherwise you'd be burning tobacco at crazy, crazy rates. And it also adds a little bit more flavor to the hookah. So now you can see just below the, it's packed till just below the level. Now if you take a look already at this point, it already sounds like it's going to hit really, really well. Next step, the foil, and this is exactly the same as any other hookah. Take out foil, whatever you like doing. Some people like single wrapping it, some people like double wrapping. I'm going to single wrap this one, put it around the top. And to make sure it's airtight, you could do two things. Either you could put a toothpick in the foil to hold the foil in. I'm just going to use tape because I don't have toothpicks and I think tape works a little bit better. So here it is. And the idea, of course, is to make it airtight, because if it ain't airtight, it's not going to hit well. A little bit. Okay, there we have our hookah. Now we need to poke holes. Use whatever you would normally use to poke holes. Here, we'll just use a razor for now. Do it exactly the same as you normally would with a regular hookah. One more step. We're going to build a shield around the outside of the hookah so that the heat stays in and so that it burns the way we want it to. Just take foil. We're just going to wrap it around like that. It's nothing too fancy, but you just want it to work. And then again, like everything else, I'm just going to use a little bit of tape to hold it in. So now the hookah shield is already on. It's tight, the hookah is ready. All you have to do is put on a coal. Pick whichever coal you normally use. Drop it on. Hear the sizzle that you want to hear from a hookah. Give it a second, let it get started. And it's hitting excellent. And that's how you make a hookah out of an Arizona can and a grapefruit. Happy smoking!